Have you ever felt like a guest in your own body, watching yourself do things you don't remember doing? For the last 6 months, I thought I was losing my mind, slipping into some kind of early onset dementia or severe sleepwalking disorder. My name is Cassie, and I live alone in a studio apartment in the city, or at least that's what the lease says. It started with small things: the front door being unlocked when I was sure I'd bolted it, a carton of milk sitting on the counter when I clearly remembered putting it in the fridge, or my laptop being warm to the touch when I hadn't used it all day. I even went to a therapist, convinced that the stress of my corporate job was causing dissociative fugue states. She told me to keep a journal and get a carbon monoxide detector. The detector stayed silent, but the journal is what saved my life. One morning, I opened the notebook on my nightstand to write down my dreams, and I saw a message written in shaky, jagged handwriting that wasn't mine. It just said, "You look so peaceful when you sleep, but you should really stop snoring." My blood turned to liquid nitrogen. I live on the 12th floor. There are no fire escapes near my windows, and the deadbolt showed no signs of being picked. I called my boyfriend Leo, who is a tech geek, and he rushed over to install a hidden nanny cam facing my bed. We hid it inside a hollowed out book on the shelf. That night, Leo stayed on the phone with me until I fell asleep, promising me that I was just being paranoid. I fell into a deep, heavy sleep, but I woke up at 3:14 a.m. to the sound of my phone buzzing with a notification from the camera app. Motion detected in bedroom. I lay perfectly still, my eyes squeezed shut, my heart hammering so hard I thought it would crack a rib. I could hear it. A slow, rhythmic hiss of someone breathing, and it wasn't coming from the door or the closet, it was coming from directly beneath my mattress. I felt the bed frame vibrate slightly, the weight of the mattress shifting as someone began to crawl out from under me. I kept my eyes closed, pretending to be asleep, as I felt a cold hand brush against my hair. A voice, barely a rasp, whispered, "Almost time, Cassie, almost time to swap." I waited until I heard the faint click of the bathroom door closing before I grabbed my phone, bolted out of the apartment in my pajamas, and didn't stop running until I found a patrol car 2 blocks away. The police sweep took 3 hours. When they finally let me back in, the lead officer looked like he'd seen a ghost. They didn't find a squatter. They found a nest inside my box spring. The underside of my mattress had been hollowed out, lined with some of my old clothes and blankets I thought I'd lost in the move. But the terrifying part wasn't that someone was living there. It was who it was. They found a driver's license in the nest. It wasn't a stranger S. It was a duplicate of my license with my name and my address, but the photo was of a woman I'd never seen before, a woman who had spent months getting plastic surgery to look exactly like me. She had been phasing into my life, learning my gait, my voice, and my habits, waiting for the night she could kill me and step into my life without anyone noticing a difference. The twist that still makes me scream in my sleep. The police caught her trying to exit the building through the service elevator, wearing my favorite dress and carrying my purse. When they fingerprinted her, they realized she wasn't just a random stalker. She was my twin sister, Chloe. My parents had told me she died in a house fire when we were toddlers, but the truth was much darker. She had been institutionalized after trying to drown me when we were 4, and she had escaped 6 months ago. But here's the part that keeps me awake. During the trial, my mother confessed that there weren't just 2 of us, we were triplets. And yesterday, while I was sitting in my new, secure apartment, I found a single, long strand of hair on my pillow. It wasn't my color, and it wasn't Chloe S. It was the color of the third sister I never knew I had.